Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Kogake. You can get the blueprint for the Kogake from the market for 15,000 credits, and to build it you're gonna have to put in an additional 30,000 credits, 400 rubido, 3 morphics, 1200 ferrite and 500 alloy plates. The Kogake is a Mastery Rank 2 sparring weapon that does primarily impact damage with a little bit of puncture and slash on the side. It comes with pretty solid 20% crit chance, a standard 2x crit multiplier and a somewhat low 10% status chance, and it has average attack speed of 0.917, really good follow through of 0.9, but it has very low range at 1.25. Now when you first get this, I would recommend you try to focus on fixing the Kogake's issues rather than trying to get as much damage as possible, which is why I would recommend Reach and Fury to boost the range and attack speed. This way the weapon is going to be a lot more fun to use, and it's still going to have more than enough damage to go through the early stages of the star chart. But if for whatever reason you want to squeeze a little bit more out of your Kogake, I would recommend a build like this instead. Now while this is somewhat of an unusual build, I think it works well for the Kogake because it gives you a decent amount of damage while once again fixing all of the Kogake's issues. So we have Prime Pressure Point for the damage, Blood Rush to scale our crit chance, Organ Chatter to get better crit damage, Berserker Fury for attack speed, Primed Reach to get far more range so we can actually take advantage of that awesome follow through stat, and we top it off with Shattering Impact, which makes you strip the enemy's base armor every time you hit them, Mortar Impact so that we can actually do good damage to flesh, and Gladiator Rush for combo duration. This setup works really well up to about level 50, at which point the damage starts to fall off, but it still feels pretty good up to about level 60-ish. You could push the weapon a little bit further if you just run a corrosive and heat setup instead, but it's gonna require more forma and you're gonna have to sacrifice either combo duration or range. The Kogake is honestly a little bit difficult to recommend, but it's not impossible. It's the first sparring weapon that you can get your hands on, you can get it from the market and it's very cheap. It's also one of the ingredients for the Harudo, a much better sparring weapon that you can build at Mastery Rank 7. And because it is a sparring weapon, it's really fun. You're basically breakdancing your enemies to death. But on the other hand, the base damage is fairly low, the damage distribution is not great, the status chance could be higher, and the short range doesn't help it either. Plus it gets invalidated pretty quickly by the Obex, which is another sparring weapon that you can get at Mastery Rank 4, is equally as cheap but it has better crit. So I would only recommend the Kogake if you're Mastery Rank 2 and you just really want to try out sparring weapons. Once you get to Mastery Rank 4, it's better for you to get the Obex, and at that point the only reason you would ever pick the Kogake up is to get the mastery from it and to turn it into the Harudo. Or I guess if you have a really good Riven for it, because you know, since there is not much reason to use it, no one is using it, and thus the Riven disposition is quite high. And that is pretty much all I wanted to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.